Ruben, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Congratulations, mate. The first time we've seen you since. But try and put into words for us exactly what this means to you to be called up for a World Cup squad.
Yeah, thank you. It's surreal. I didn't know what to think before, and I got the call, and I went straight to my family, and my family congratulated me. It was a nice moment, and to be on the verge of going to a World Cup is a lifelong dream for me. So I'm really happy.
Were you expecting it?
I had a good run towards the end of the season, and I was giving my best, and I was playing some good football, and unfortunately Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain got injured, so that increased my chances for me. So I thought I had a good chance, and when I got the call, I was delighted.
Whenever you've been thrown into big situations, you've always coped incredibly well. You've only got 2 England caps, and now you're going to a World Cup. Do you feel ready for it? Do you feel as though this is your time?
Yeah, 100%. I feel ready for it, and I'm not one to fail under immense pressure. I know how to deal with it, and I think as a youth player growing up and playing for England, you deal with that then, and you get used to it, and you just carry it on, into the bigger stages, and it becomes natural for me. So, playing on the World Cup stage excites me, to do well and help the team. So,
you got that man of the match performance for England against Germany. Then you got injured.
Yeah.
Did you think your chance was gone at that stage, having made such a big impact, and then to have the injury?
The big injury, or just the one from the Brazil game?
The two together, I guess.
Yeah. I was, it was a blow to come off against Brazil. I was really excited to play again at Wembley for England against Brazil, and it's unfortunate, but it happens in football. But I ended up playing that weekend after for Palace, and my back felt all right, so I was delighted with that. And then the blow to my ankle came, and I was very disappointed with that after playing so well, and I wanted to carry things on, but it did give me doubts about this summer, and I gave my best and worked hard to get back. And originally I thought that was my season done, but got back quicker than expected. So I think I got a last 5 or 6 games for Palace, so it was really good.
Roy Hodgson said an awful lot of nice things about your former England manager, of course. He says he's hasn't worked with many players who can be better than you. Thinks you can be a top international player. What do you make of that?
Very kind words from Roy. I really enjoyed working with him this season, since he came in, and Ray Lewis as well. So for him to say that gives me massive confidence. Him being an England manager, and managing England on the world stage is a massive compliment for me.
I mean, you've said that you thought the lack of football, whether it was injury or whatever, it might have cost you your place in the England side. You go back to Chelsea now, having had a successful loan spell. Do you feel you need to go out on loan again to get games, or is your intention now to fully stay at Chelsea and fight for a place there?
I'm not thinking about that too much, to be honest. Right now, I'm just trying to focus on this summer and what's to come, because I think this tournament is too big to be overlooking and not giving my full focus. So right now my mind's on that. But as I said before, I'm back at Chelsea for pre-season anyway. So after the World Cup, that's where I'll be, and then I'll decide when that time comes.
Is it difficult to do that though? Focus. I mean, this is such a massive thing for you going to the World Cup, and you've got this nagging distraction in the back of your mind about wondering where you're going to be next season.
No, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. I think we'll get it sorted when the time comes, and I'm just honestly really focused on training well now and getting as fit as possible for the World Cup.
Last one from me. What's your ambition and target? What's England's ambition and target for this World Cup? Harry Kane's just told us that England can win it. What do you think?
Yeah, of course. I think it'd be stupid to rule us out. And I think we got a really good squad, and the squad's young and youthful, but we're all here on merit, and how well we've done this season. And in training, you look about and the talent is frightening. So we have a good chance, definitely.
Ruben, David from the BBC, and many congratulations on your call-up.
Thank you.
I think it was the Germany game that you were named man of the match against the world champions, some of the best players in the world. Obviously, people will say it's only a friendly, but does that make you think that you belong at this stage, on this platform, on this world scene? And when you hear managers like Gareth and Roy talking so effusively about you, it seems like this is your level.
I always try to, I always aspire to be better and make my game better, and I do believe in my ability, and that's why I can perform on the big stage, even though it's a friendly. It's still Germany, it's still at Wembley, it's still my first cap, and I like to be excited about them moments and take those moments rather than regret it afterwards.
There's a lot of people feeling that you've got a good chance of starting in the first game against Tunisia. What is it about your game that people like so much, and what can the public, the fans, expect from you out in Russia?
I think the thing I hear the most about my game is obviously my physicality and power and driving with the ball, and if I can bring that to the team, it'd be fantastic. And like I say, I always try to do my best, and whether I do start or don't start, I think we all have to be together as one in this tournament. It's a massive tournament, and if everyone's together, who starts, who doesn't start, and we back each other, like I say, we've got a good chance.
It was really interesting there. You talked about how you don't feel the pressure and that you've come through the youth ranks, so you know the expectation and you're comfortable with that, which is very different from many England squads we've seen in the past where the pressure, the expectation has arguably got too much. Do you think this squad, because of that youth that you've got, is maybe free of that past pressure and the scars of the history of the tournament failures?
I'm not sure, but I definitely think this squad is used to playing under pressure, and most of us haven't been to a World Cup before. But like I said, for me individually, I'm just excited to play at World Cup, and I think if you enjoy playing your football, you play your best football, and I think if you enjoy it, the noise kind of turns down on the outside. So for me, that's how I deal with it, and I'm sure the boys know how to deal with it as well.
Lastly, from me, you described the talent as being frightening. You really feel that this England squad is something special?
Yeah, because I think the squad is still so young, but so good at the same time. So, if we can deliver, when it matters, and I think the boys can do that, we could have a really good tournament. And obviously looking into the future, as we're still so young, we can really develop into a top team.
Hi Ruben, Simon from the Evening Standard. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to take you back to Roy Hodgson and when you started working with him. What were your thoughts ahead of working with him, and what difference has he made? What advice has he given? How has he coached you that's turned you even better this season?
I didn't know what to expect when he first came in, but I was just excited to work with a former England manager, and excited to turn around a season that didn't look good at the start. And he came in, and we played differently, different tactics, and I think it suited the team a lot. And I played in different positions, more towards the end out on the left. But I think the main thing with him is he lets you play freely. Mistake or doing some bad errors, he doesn't mind that, as long as you're expressing yourself and you do the work defensively and you give 110%. I think that's how he gets the best out of the team.
Was there ever a game in particular where perhaps something didn't go so well that he spoke with you afterwards and said, "Don't worry about it," or any sort of words of reassurance in that regard?
I can't remember individually a specific time, but I remember when Roy first came in, it was the first couple games we played Man City away, and we got beat 5-0. But in the dressing room after, we were so positive. After that, just to get keep us going and put it behind us straight away. We didn't linger on it, and that's why I think we can. The team had done so well in getting back.
And how much of a help was he when you were going through your injury problems? Was he giving you that reassurance that you could still make the England squad, that your World Cup dream was still alive?
Yeah, and he just said to me he hopes I'll get back as soon as possible. But I think I had to work extremely hard in that period of time to I had to stay in the gym. I could still move my upper body, so I stayed in the gym because I knew that I won't have much time to get fit in the last couple of games if I did come back later on. So I tried to stay in the gym, work hard, and even though he wanted me to come back, I still had to be playing better than my teammates to start. So I think he said that was fair. So.
And has he said anything to you since your selection and sort of given you any advice of how to deal with the World Cup? Is he just repeated, go out and express yourself?
No, I haven't spoke to him after my call up, but I'm sure he would say that.
And just a quick word about Gareth. Has he sort of been in touch with you sort of throughout your injury process, and how helpful was that if he was?
No, I didn't speak to Gareth too much. When I got injured, he just wished me a speedy recovery, and hoped I'll get back as quick as possible. But I thought it was down to me and to work hard and try and get back as quick as possible.
And sort of last one for me about Gareth was actually sort of quotes quite recently where he sort of said he'd watched you, been to watch you at Palace, just sort of spoke glowingly about how phenomenal you were, but you still didn't know almost how good you can be and that there's a lot of progress you can make. So sort of knowing that Gareth has that faith in you, did that sort of take you by surprise that he thinks that much highly of you?
It gives me a lot of confidence. I worked with Gareth in the 21s, and we've always done well in the 21s, obviously winning at Toulon. So that coming from Gareth means the world. Like I said, I always try to better my game, and I think this season, this is my first, real season as a Premier League player, and I still didn't play as much as I wanted to, obviously because of the injury. So I'm just excited for next season to play a lot again.
Sorry, I just thought one more. Given what you've been through then, and what Gareth said, and the way you've impressed against Germany and in the Premier League, does that make you go into this World Cup thinking there's no opponent that you can't feel like you can beat, you can outwit, you're not afraid to take on anybody?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of any competition. I wouldn't be intimidated by any player or team, and I think that is fundamental in football if you wanna do well. So I take that mindset into the World Cup or wherever I am at in the future. So cool.
Okay, this is for this part. Second part for the. You want to carry for this part of the press conference or the embark for Wednesday 10:30? Okay, yeah, fine.
I would like to know from you, how is it working with Gareth Southgate, and how do you feel like he uses his character to unite the group, and with a group with so many newcomers?
Yeah, like I said, I worked with Gareth for a few years in the 21s, and I think we went on a unbeaten run to up to the Euros, which then he stepped up to be the first team, the senior manager. But Gareth's been there and played for England, so he knows what it's like, and he's been in these situations, so his knowledge and passing it on to us players is great for us. And I think Gareth, as a manager, is really good with players one-on-one, and he tries to help you as much as he can. So for me, that's what's great about Gareth.